Welcome to this deep dive, where we explore what matters. Today, we're looking ahead to something significant. U.S. Teacher Appreciation Day 2025.
Yeah, that's coming up Tuesday, May 6th.
Right, during the whole Teacher Appreciation Week, May 5th to the 9th.
And what's really interesting about this recognition, it's kind of twofold, isn't it?
How so?
Well, it's obviously a time to, celebrate teachers, everything they do.
Yeah.
Immense contributions.
No, absolutely is.
But it's also a really practical moment for you listening to maybe work on your English skills intentionally.
That's a great angle. So celebrating and learning.
Exactly. And we've got some material that sort of shows how these two things link up quite nicely.
Okay. Well, it has quite a history, doesn't it? I mean, it goes back.
Like this. You had Eleanor Roosevelt proposing it way back in 1953.
Right. And then it grew.
Yeah, the National Parent-Teacher Association, they expanded it to a whole week in 1984.
So the main idea then and now, it's really about recognizing just how vital teachers are, how they shape us.
For sure. And, it's not always an easy job. Far from it.
No, definitely not. I saw that Pew survey reference.
Yes, the 2024 one. That's pretty stark, actually.
What did it say?
Something like 77% of teachers said their job is frequently stressful.
Wow, 77%. That really puts it into perspective.
It really does. It sort of underlines why saying thank you isn't just, a nice thing to do. It's genuinely important.
For their morale, their well-being.
Right.
Okay, so for this deep dive, we've kind of got a dual mission. We want to explore some really practical, engaging ways to show that appreciation.
Just have an appreciation, yeah.
And at the very same time, help you actively improve your vocabulary, grammar.
Writing, speaking, reading skills, the whole package.
Exactly. So let's get into how we can act that. Our sources have some good ideas.
And what's cool is how these two goals kind of feed into each other naturally.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
We'll take something simple or seemingly simple, writing a thank you letter.
To a teacher who made a difference. Yeah.
From a language perspective, that's gold.
How so?
Well, you're choosing your words carefully, building vocabulary. Words like impact or dedicate.
Inspiring, maybe?
Exactly. And you're using grammar, maybe past tense to talk about a specific memory.
Or craft, more complex sentences to show how much they helped.
Right. And the writing skill itself, organizing your thought, clear beginning, middle, end.
It's proper practice.
And the source material even gives some phrase starters,
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Things like, I'm grateful for, or you inspired me to.
Oh, nice. Your support helped me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it suggests looking at sample letters, which is smart tone.
Good idea. And maybe using a dictionary or thesaurus.
Definitely. Find synonyms for thank you, like appreciative or oblige, adds a bit of nuance.
Okay, what else? What's another activity?
Well, moving into the digital age a bit, sharing a story about a teacher on social media.
Using the hashtag #ThankATeacher hashtag.
That's the one. This brings your writing practice into a more, public space.
Which has its own challenges, I guess.
It does. You need clarity, but also engagement, often in fewer words.
Right, like a word count.
Exactly. The recommendation is maybe 100, 200. Makes you really choose your words wisely.
You might use descriptive adjectives like patient or caring.
Yeah, or knowledgeable. And then there's the reading part, too.
How do you mean?
By reading what other people post with that hashtag. You see different styles, different phrases.
Oh, that's smart. You learn from others, see how they express gratitude.
Yeah, pick up new vocabulary maybe.
And the source mentions keeping the tone right, informal, but still respectful.
Crucial. And, basic stuff like checking spelling and grammar before hitting post.
Always good advice. Okay, so that's writing, digital writing. What about speaking?
Good question. The material points to discussing teachers' impact in a group.
Like with friends or classmates?
Yeah, or family. Just talking about it.
And the benefit there?
Well, direct speaking practice, obviously.
Sure.
Working on your pronunciation, your fluency, telling your own story.
And listening too.
Hugely important. Actively listening to others' stories. Maybe asking follow-up questions.
Like what specifically did that, or how did that help?
Precisely. That active listening, it's key for real communication. You're not just waiting to talk.
You might pick up new words too from their stories.
For sure. Words like role model or encouragement, maybe wisdom, stuff like that.
And I think the source mentioned maybe recording the discussion.
Yeah, with permission, of course. But it's a great way to review your own speaking later. Hear yourself.
Identify areas to work on. Okay, makes sense. Any other angles?
Yeah, there's also the simple act of reading.
Just reading articles about teacher appreciation.
Exactly. Or blog posts.
Yeah.
Seems passive, but it's powerful for comprehension.
And vocab related to education.
Definitely. You might hit terms like pedagogical or instructional or assessment.
And the source suggests maybe summarizing what
Yeah, in your own words. Great check for understanding and looking up unfamiliar words, obviously.
that builds vocabulary directly.
Right. And even reading the article aloud can help with pronunciation confidence.
Okay, good tip. What about something a bit more creative?
Well, for those feeling a bit bolder, creating a short video message.
Oh, okay. Like a video thank you.
Exact. That mixes speaking skills with, a bit of creativity.
What's the language angle there?
It really makes you think about your delivery, clear articulation, tone of voice.
Conveying emotion.
Yes. Using maybe more emotive words, thankfulness, admiration, things like that.
And again, you could watch it back yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really insightful way to see where you can improve your speaking.
Right. One more.
One more big one. Volunteering.
Volunteering. How does that connect?
Volunteering to maybe read about Teacher Appreciation Day to others or even teach a little bit about it.
Ah, okay. Like reading a short history aloud or explaining it simply.
Yeah, to maybe a younger group or someone learning English too.
That forces you to be really clear, doesn't it?
It really does. You have to articulate your understanding concisely. You might use teaching words like explain, illustrate, guide.
And practicing beforehand.
Maybe using gestures, it helps make it engaging and helps you lock it in too.
Wow, okay. So there are actually quite a few ways to tie that
A
there.
whole range. Teacher Appreciation Day is this perfect chance, really.
To celebrate teachers, their dedication.
And actively work on your English in a context that feels, real and meaningful.
Yeah, these aren't just abstract exercises. They connect to real feelings, real communication.
That's the beauty of it. And of course, there are ongoing things you can do too.
Beyond these specific activities.
Yeah, the sources mention general good habits like keeping a vocabulary journal,
Always.
using language apps, Duolingo, Grammarly, those kinds of tools.
Watching relevant media.
Right. Movies like Dead Poets Society, maybe, or education-focused TED Talks in English, obviously.
And just daily practice, consistency.
That's fundamental.
Right.
And seeking out feedback from fluent speakers. Can't beat that.
An important point, showing appreciation isn't only about language practice, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The sources remind us a simple card, a small gift.
Organizing something in the community.
Even advocating for better support for teachers. That's appreciation too.
So as we look towards May 6th, 2025,
Remember this dual opportunity. It's there for the taking.
honor the teachers who've made an impact.
And invest in your own English language journey at the same time.
We really encourage you to try some of these ideas.
Yeah, engage with it. And
Yeah.
use that hashtag thank you teacher. Connect with that bigger conversation.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you listening to take away and maybe mull over. Think about one specific piece of advice or maybe some encouragement that you got from a teacher, something that stuck. How did that how could that gratitude?